This is where millionaires keep their money. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Before we get started, make sure to hit that like button, also subscribe to my channel. This is where millionaires keep their money, so make sure to watch the full video. Number 1. Cash and equivalents. Equivalents, also called cash equivalents, and cash are specific types of assets. This includes currencies and short-term investments that can be quickly converted to cash. The main reason people invest in cash and equivalents is because it demands nothing from you. In short, it is the safest form of investment. Investments can lose value if certain events occur, such as market price drops or social impacts, such as wars. This is a safer option as it does not occur with cash and cash equivalents. Some millionaires and billionaires have made their fortunes by taking high-paying jobs. These people often choose to hold up to 25% of their investment portfolio in cash and cash equivalents. Wealthy people also like to have multiple savings accounts to keep their money. Other types of accounts are often limited in the amount of interest they can provide, so multiple savings accounts can be more convenient. Number 2. Funds and stocks. Millionaires and billionaires often want to build a diversified investment portfolio. This way you can increase your wealth and learn new things. Therefore, this is one of the best ways to grow your wealth. It's also one of the ways to keep it. Many people can greatly increase their wealth by investing in the right stocks. Some investment types include index funds, mutual funds, and stocks. Each has advantages, disadvantages, and risks, so it's important to evaluate all options before deciding on one. Sometimes a wealthy person invests at least 20% of his assets in stocks. Mutual funds, on the other hand, are often the first choice for beginners because they are liquid. You can even sell your shares if you want, and you can manage your investments cheaply. Some people invest at least 20% of their assets in stocks or mutual funds, while others choose to take on much more risk and are able to invest 90% of their assets. Number 3. Businesses. Most, if not all, millionaires and multimillionaires get rich by running a business or greatly increase their fortunes as a result. Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, and Jeff Bezos are the most prominent examples. Starting and committing to a business requires unique ideas, courage, and perseverance. Still, diversifying an investor's portfolio and investing their wealth in things that bring them income is a great way to preserve their money. Don't just invest in a new company without instead. They often have teams of people evaluating options and making final decisions. So investing in a business is not as easy as it sometimes seems. This option brings benefits, but it also comes with risks. Millionaires and billionaires take many risks in trying to build their wealth. Then they need to keep the money, and investing in a potentially successful business is a great way to do that. A common strategy for millionaires and billionaires is to invest in technology companies, especially since it has the potential to generate high returns. Number 4. Real estate investment. Many billionaires and millionaires choose real estate as one of the ways they keep their money. There's a reason this option is so popular. It's one of the safest investment choices if you know what you're doing. Unlike equities, the real estate market is much more stable. Millionaires and billionaires can buy real estate, and real estate can provide them with a diverse portfolio and cash flow if rented out. Novice investors may not choose real estate as their first investment choice, especially because it requires capital. In time, this alternative may work. Just because real estate is a more stable option than stocks and cryptocurrencies doesn't mean it's risk-free. A convenient alternative for millionaires and billionaires to keep their money, but it still needs to increase in value. You need to look at different properties and choose the best one to invest your money in. You can lose money in real estate, and often you need a large amount of cash up front to start using this property. Number 5. Commodities. Keeping your money as a millionaire or billionaire means exploring different options. Commodities are various precious metals and other assets that can be invested in, such as gold and cattle. This option is useful if you don't want to deal with fluctuating market prices. Prices for some items are very stable, and these are ideal for you. However, you should evaluate which one is better for your goals. Gold, for example, has yielded negative returns for some people, even though it is a real investment. For example, if you want to get gold bars, you need a place to store your gold bars. Custody can be a problem for some millionaires and billionaires, especially since we need to ensure the safety of our assets. Another reason some investors don't like commodities is that this option doesn't offer high returns. However, investing in commodities can protect your assets from inflation. Prices go up, but your money is often kept safe. Number 6. Cryptocurrencies. Since cryptocurrencies exist, nothing is the same. Although not as long as commodities, this option is still one of the most popular options for millionaires and billionaires to store their money. There is none. Often, he only makes up a small portion of the portfolio, usually no more than 10%. Cryptocurrencies are digital assets, and unlike regular currencies, are not regulated by banks or government agencies. Investing in cryptocurrencies means being completely dependent on the value that the market assigns to the coins you buy. In other words, it is humans who decide which ciphers are of value, and they do so by choosing certain ciphers over others. Cryptocurrencies use a special technology called blockchain to secure transactions and regulate the creation of new entities. Investors are choosing cryptocurrencies precisely because of blockchain. This type of technology reduces the risk of fraud. Some billionaires and billionaires like Elon Musk invest in cryptocurrencies because they believe they can change the future of the world. However, certain precautions should be taken when investing in cryptocurrencies, especially if you are a beginner. They may seem like the right option for you, but this market is very volatile. Cryptocurrencies have benefited many people, but the market remains volatile and unpredictable. You should know more about how they work before investing in them. It's not uncommon for cryptocurrencies to fluctuate in value by more than 30% in short periods of time, making cryptocurrencies highly volatile assets. Number 7. Private equity and hedge funds. Hedge funds and private equity are two options only available to millionaires and billionaires. Equity funds fall into these two categories of private equity and public equity. The latter raises money by trading stocks on the stock exchange, while the former raises through large institutions such as universities. Investments in private equity funds often require you to be an accredited investor. In most cases, he must have an annual income of $250,000 or more, or his net worth, excluding his home, must be $1 million. Both individuals and organizations can become accredited investors, but they must comply with a number of regulations. Hedge funds, on the other hand, are completely different. In this case, they use pooled funds and specific strategies to bring huge returns to investors. Stocks and hedge funds sound like promising options, but they are definitely not the best option for beginners. Millionaires and billionaires invest their money in a wide variety of investment options. And even if you don't have that much money, you can try some of these options. But hedge and equity funds are often restricted to the wealthiest. If you consider this an investment opportunity, there are often regulations you need to be aware of. Number 8. Alternative investments. Some millionaires and billionaires are putting their money into highly profitable alternative investments. For example, investors can invest in antiques, vintage items, rare and expensive musical instruments, NFTs, works of art, wine, and even intellectual property. Beginners may wonder how to choose between all these options. The truth is that in alternative investing, you have to balance what you enjoy with what is beneficial and convenient for your portfolio. For example, today an investor may find that his NFT is the most profitable. Believing it to be an option, he often chooses NFTs. But that doesn't mean there aren't other ways to store your money. Sometimes you can achieve it and have fun at the same time. Some people like collecting wine and antiques because they like wine and antiques more than other options. If you love music, you can even own the intellectual property rights to some songs. This can be a very lucrative investment as you can decide what to do with them. At the same time, you have to evaluate which one is the most fun. Which banks do millionaires and billionaires use? There are several banks in the United States where millionaires and billionaires deposit their money. Bank of America, Union Bank, HSBC, and Citibank are examples. All of the aforementioned banks often have special facilities for the ultra-rich, including personal bankers and the ability to conduct transactions. Many millionaires and billionaires often store their money and wealth in foreign banks, especially in Switzerland, as they are known to be well guarded, very private, and very secure. Billionaires and billionaires are often very cautious when it comes to storing money. Banks offer specific security measures for these purposes as well, so your willingness to work with representatives to explore your options is also important. Investing in commodities often requires millionaires and billionaires to make certain decisions related to their assets. In some cases, particularly when investing in precious metals and gemstones, investors may have to pay for additional storage alternatives. In other cases, especially if you have cattle or other livestock, you may need to acquire land. All in all, there are various factors to consider when managing your wealth as a millionaire or billionaire. You need to make sure you're making the best decisions to keep and grow your money, and you need to ensure that it's safe. Most millionaires and billionaires always have a team of people working together to make the best decisions. Ultra-high net worth investors don't work alone. Instead, financial advisors and many trusted professionals work with them to help them keep their money in the long run. You don't have to worry about being. Instead, you can focus on making the best investment decisions and finding your way to success. What do you think about our video? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. Also, subscribe to our channel before you go.